channel. This is Gracie. Sarai Natural Beauty, skincare products and aromatherapy candles. Also, Spiritual Earth Angel 623. Today is June the 2nd. I'm coming to you live. I'm doing a live recording on my podcast. This morning I decided to go ahead and do it there. It says some of my other platforms. And so the download is that this man and his wife, and it's similar to something that I had before, when I was talking about a dream before that I had posted and did like a video on. And what's going on is that this man is being exposed spiritually and also earthly, also going to be exposed for his deep dark secrets and sins and stuff like that. God is not pleased with this man. And I've been seeing, and it's like I don't had this dream one time before about this man cheating, about the wives and the different women and the kids and all this stuff. So today, God gave me another dream, a download. And the download was that they was in a store. First, wherever they was in, like in a shopping mall, like a little small boutique or whatever type store. It's like a little clothing store. And it has, lingerie type stuff in it. Also, too, along with some shoes and different things and clothes and, different things like that. A kind of little small little boutique or whatever. And this man is from, to me, I want to say he's from like Africa type continent, I'm thinking, that he might be from, or he could be from Jamaican, or it could be from Haiti or whatever. But anyway, this man was given, he's Muslim also. He has because he was given to a Muslim food bank, if there's such thing as a Muslim food bank or whatever. But he was like giving it to, he had brought like some food and stuff, and he had gave it to the Muslim food bank for them to cook food or whatever. And so then him and his wife went into this boutique. So there was a lot of women. This man is a womanizer. Even when his wife was beside him, he was still looking at other women on a slide in a sneaky way. And women was noticing that too, so they will flock to that area where him and his wife was at, so that way that man could look at them or whatever. Then they will go off smirking and jerking, laughing and stuff like that, just laughing, snickling and, and laughing and stuff like that. And so they was getting a kick out of it, because I guess they know that this man has been around. It's for the streets and different things like that. So as he was going, there's like 3 airplanes that has passed by so far while I'm doing this podcast video. So that could be some type of significant too. And this one is, I don't know, it looks like Atlanta. I don't know, but it has something on the back of the airplane, has like a blue thing on the belly of the airplane this time. And looked like they are going to land at the airport, but it was 3 airplanes just passed by just now. So that is a coincidence right here, and a confirmation of what's going on, that I have had this dream before. And it's about flight. It's dealing with some flights and stuff like that. So anyway, so this man was in the store, being normal, trying to act like a husband and all this stuff right to the wife. So then all of a sudden, the store owner, this woman, she was kind of tall, brown skin, not, kind of thin, but not too thin. And she has a husband that has like dreads. He's dark skinned but has dreads. Her husband does. That the owner of the store, whatever. And so she went and touched the wife on the shoulder. She said, ma'am, I need to talk to you about something. So the wife was like, puzzled, like, wonder why this lady didn't talk to her about it when she just came into her store for the first time, and she was just looking around with her husband or whatever. But it seems like her husband have been in the store many a times without the wife, because this is the wife first time being in that boutique, in that store. So next thing you know, so she would decide to leave, and the husband was getting, this is the fourth plane, y'all. So the husband was like getting nervous and anxious because he know that the store owner recognized him. He know that they have recognized him. So he's getting anxious, like why that the owner wants to talk to the wife. So they took the wife in a back room, sort of like where they can, like a back storage room. Took her back there so that way they can talk. And there's a little bird that just flew by too. I mean, there's a lot of the distraction going on because they don't want me to get this out, but I'm going to get it out anyway. And so as that was happening, the husband was getting nervous. You can see the look on his face from him being so confident and so egotistic and into himself, to being scared and frightened because he didn't know what this woman was going to say to his wife. So he was getting really nervous and anxious and scared. So his facial expression changed quickly, like it was like a cold type facial expression. And when that happened, so the wife was like almost going there, and then she saw another young female was going there too. So the wife's like, hold up. This is how she said in the dream. She said, hold up. I'm not going into no damn room with no strangers and tell me what's going on. So that's when the store owner, she said, well, I'm going to tell you, just come with me. She says, nothing's going to happen to you or anything like that. This is the fifth plane. Something, nothing's going to happen. I want you to go ahead. She said, I want you to, come back there because somebody need to tell you something. So about your husband. So that's when she decided to go. So when she decided to go, all of a sudden she went in the room, and so this young girl, she had her hair back in a ponytail. She was kind of like in between mocha and caramel type color. It was a little small little ponytail that she would wear her hair back. Her eyes is not that big, but she has some wide eyes, but it's not that big though. She has a nice smile or whatever. And the girl's about 5'5". She kind of skinny type built, not too tall, but kind of skinny, not really, really skinny, but maybe like a size, 5, 6 or 7 or 8, no more than that. And she was dressed like either in a flight attendant. That's why I keep saying these planes, because there could be a confirmation there too. It could be a mixture of two things, two different set of women or whatever. But one was like a flight attendant. She was wearing like a flight attendant type uniform. And she had her name on there. She had her name on there that says, her name tag says Jocelyn. Jocelyn, something like that name. So that could be some type of significance right there with the name. But it had a name called Jocelyn on the name tag. And then it also reminded me of the military in Africa, like the cadets. They will wear that green type color uniform also. So it could be either or, with that. And she ended up handing the wife a blue receipt. It was like a blue like color type receipt, but it looked like it was on like a doctor prescription pad or something like that. That could be something resonate, but it was like a blue color, like you have like the doctors write your prescription on the pad, and it's kind of like that purplish blue type color. Was like that, so it has to be some type of color in there, blue, purple, or whatever type little sticky note or whatever it was. And with that, she handed to her, and it had the husband's signature, had his name, his phone number, and everything on it. And it said on there, meet him at the hotel, such and such. And then it also said something about some money. And it was like, I know this ain't much. You deserve better or more or whatever, but it ain't much. But, hope this would do for right now. And I'll give you more. So that's what the message or something like that was saying. And so when the wife read it, she got really angry. And it got to be another wife. It has to be another wife, because I guess maybe this Jocelyn is a wife. Because when the wife got mad, she said, wait a minute. She said, I know about a wife. This is a 6th plane. I know about the wife, in Africa. That's what she said. Out to the store owner and her husband that had dreads in his hair. They're always back there too, along with them. And it says 11:11. That's a confirmation also. And it said that the wife was like, I know about, and it's how she said in the dream to the female and all that stuff. She was like, I know about that he has a wife in Africa, but she said, I did not know that he has 2 other wives here in America besides her. So that means that's like this man got 4 wives. He got 1 in Africa and he got 3 wives over here in America. If that could be some resonation or significant or whatever. And so she got mad and pissed off. And so the young girl was like, Jocelyn's her name. She was like, well, I'm so sorry, ma'am. She said, I'm so sorry, that I had to present this to you. She said, but the man has did her wrong and did her dirty. So I think this is Jocelyn's way of getting back at the man by exposing him to his wife that he's currently with now. Exposing it, of what's going on with this man. And 12:11 or 12:12 also. And and with that, so then as they was coming out the room, they were like, Jocelyn gave the wife a hug or whatever and kept saying she's so sorry, that this has happened, but she just wanted to expose this man and didn't want this man to continue on cheating and keep marrying all these different women, or engaged to these different women, or have dated these different women. So the man could not be married to all these women. He could have dated these women also, or could have been engaged to these women also at the same time, which is a bigamist to me. That's what that is called, and that's pretty much illegal here in America. In African culture, it's not. That's their custom and stuff like that in Africa. But this man is not living all the time in Africa. He's living here in America. So he's going around meeting women and trying to marry these women, or trying to have these women as a fiance or whatever. Whatever he's doing, but then he's taking them to the hotel and do his little thing, whatever. And then promise these women a lot of things that he could not produce. He could not, give to them. False promises is what I was seeing with all these women was having, like false promises and stuff like that. And so as they got out, so then the wife was like, she said, well, now I know. She said, now I have true evidence, is what she was telling Jocelyn in a dream. She said, now I have true evidence that he's been cheating on her, which she had her suspicion and her intuition anyway was telling her that. And she said that, told her too, she said she know that this man was stalking and following her also. She said that this man was stalking and following her also. And she was saying that, as he was, he was stalking and following her, and had a group of people, whatever, stalking and following this woman, up and down the road, because he didn't want his dark secrets to get out, He didn't want her to find out about a lot of things. So that's what was going on. And so when that happened, so then Jocelyn asked the wife, she said, well, I have a free pass that you could fly back home if you like to. You can use my free pass to fly back home. So the wife said no, that she wanted to confront him, with accusations and stuff like that, and show him the proof and see what happened. So as she was coming out, the husband was like to some guy that he might have known or something like that. So when he saw the wife expression on the face and he saw Jocelyn, that's when he got scared. The smile and the laugh went to like a blank face, like a poker face. That's how it went, like a poker face. And when that happened, that's when the husband knew then that he got caught. And so God was like, and I was asking God, like, why is this man always up in my energy or whatever, and exposing him, because like I told people, stay out of my energy, because if you don't want me to be in your, if you don't want to be in my energy, then don't come into my energy, because you're going to get exposed. I'm going to expose you. This is another plane. This is a 7th plane, so confirmation complete. So that means, so when this finally comes out, it's going to bring an ending, a complete ending to a lot of things in this man's life. And it's doing this plane, this plane is doing like a U-turn. It was doing like a U-turn. So it's going to reroute itself. So that's what's going to happen to this man, is that his life is going to be rerouted to the path that he was on as destiny, and where he was going. Now it's going to be rerouted. And I talk about rerouting back in one of my last videos that I had posted about divine unions and stuff like that, and spiritual beings and stuff like that. I posted that reading. And it's like I said, it's kind of, it's very, when I got it this morning, it was so, the dream was so clear, precise, and understanding. Here's the 8th plane right here. And this plane is leaning sideways. If you can see it. It's like it's leaning sideways. It leaning sideways going. And that's a 2nd plane. That's that plane that been around. That's the plane, same plane I told y'all that it had that blue writing underneath the belly of it. That's the same plane that circle around. So yes, so this is a confirmation that I don't had this dream twice already. And this plane circle around. It's circle around again. So I don't had this dream. So it's confirmation that I had this dream twice about this man. This man is getting exposed. God is not liking what he's doing to women. He's not liking what he's doing to women. And he's going to get exposed spiritually and on the 3D realm, earthly realm. He's getting exposed. God is getting tired of it. He warned this man, and this man is always doing stuff, and then he wants to repent, and cover up his secrets and his sins or different things like that is what's going on. And you see how this motor cut off. That means God has cut this man off spiritually and earthly, has cut him off. He no longer has God's protection, his ancestors' protection either, is what I'm hearing now. I'm channeling. He no longer have that. And here's the sun is shining brightly. You see the sun trying to shine brightly. The sun is trying to shine brightly because now God is shining some light on the darkness of this man, of what he's doing to these women. The sun is so bright in my eyes right now, and that's what it's showing. The man is God is showing some type of light onto things of what's going on with this man, to bring some clarity to all these women that this man has portrayed and did something wrong. Here's another one. Here's another plane. And it's the same one that has that blue backing on it again too. Don't circle around. The third time. But it, you know, and it's really sad that some men don't know how to be a husband and keep to themselves when they're married. And I always say it all the time in my last video too, you know, to the men or to women too, resonate. It could go either way. You know, if you're not ready to get married, don't get married to someone. Let that person go and marry who they need to marry to be happy. If you for the streets, then you tell that person you for the streets and give them the options. You know, also tell them that you want more than one wives. Don't go secretly and get married and have all these other women as your fiance and different things like that, and you don't tell the one that you're with. You know, this is like lesson learned for people out there that has been in a situation like this. The dream that I'm telling. This is a dream that I'm telling. So don't get it twisted. But it's a dream that I'm telling about what God showed me about this man and what he was doing to women. And 22. And it's weird, you know, how this man and stuff kept coming into my energy. And maybe he wanted to be, maybe he don't know how to tell his wives, you know, especially the one in Africa and the American one that he's with now. Maybe he don't know how to tell them the situation and the mess that he don't got himself into, and that he don't know how to get himself out of. And so maybe that's how the way he wanted to be exposed, by getting into my energy, so that way I can expose it all. And that he can feel relief that it's out in the open. But even if he get into my energy and I expose it, it's still not bringing no relief to him. Because he needs to physically come out his mouth and tell these women what he has done, to justify and correct the situation, to make it right for everybody. Because these women in the dream that I saw is very pissed off and mad at this man. Very pissed off and mad. Broken promises. And that's where a lot of unhealed women comes from. It comes from men like this that wants to be a player, wants to sow their royal oaks everywhere that they can sow it to, any legs that open up to them, instead of them being a man and being a husband and telling the truth about things. So all parties are in agreement with the decisions that been made for their lives. And it wasn't. It's like this man was making all the decision for all these women's lives without getting their consent and their agreement. And it makes it bad for good men out there that wants to be in a relationship, wants to be married. It's hard for women to trust men when it comes to that, because of you got these bad seeds, these bad apples that God will call it, that do whatever they think they can do because of their looks or the way they look or how they talk, how they speak or whatever, and don't think that they're not going to get caught in the midst of it and get caught in a lot of ways. You know, and it can go for women too. You know, there are some women out there that cheats also, wives that cheat also. And it makes it hard for a man to trust a wife. You see what I'm saying? So it could be either or. You know, with that, it can make it hard for, you know, a man to trust a wife too if the wife is out there cheating. So it could be vice versa also when it comes to a situation like that. And if it is, you know, if you are you know, a woman and you're married and you're doing something similar to the situation, it's not good to be doing that either. You know, if you don't want to be married, then you need to separate yourself. Or you need to tell that man straight up that you not ready for marriage. Don't just get into a marriage and then think that because you have stability and that you are stable and has stability that it's okay to do all this. And still come home to your husband, your kids, your family, whatever, like nothing taking place. You know, your secrets and everything is going to be exposed anyway. Everything is being exposed. So, you know, with that, and you know, it's so much stuff is coming down, the download that I'm getting that is coming down. It's just so much stuff, y'all. So much stuff that is coming down with this download that I'm getting with it. Here's a you know, moving up slow and creeping slow. Yeah. But anyway, with this situation, it's like a sad situation. It really is like a sad situation when it comes to stuff like this, because a lot of people's feelings would get hurt involved. Unhealed people, hurt people, heartbroken people, because of what men and women choose to do and not tell the truth about things, not being realistic about things, also being upfront with their motive, with their decisions and things like that. And things has to come out. You see a lot of things on TV, how things will come out, you know, being exposed publicly of people's affairs. You know, look at some of the celebrities, how some of them men and women has cheated on their husband and wives, and it's been exposed publicly. That's the same thing that's going to be happening to this man. He's going to get public humiliation. You know, he's going to be really exposed. This plane is going around again. This is American airline right here, but it's going by. I seen the colors on that. And that's what's going on at this moment. You know, what this man is doing. And it was so clear as day, you know, with her name, Jocelyn. This is a Pacific message, because this is name, this woman's name is Jocelyn. This woman's name is Jocelyn. And you know, and it could have been some other women too, names and stuff like that. It could be involved and could be said and stuff like that. But that name specifically stuck out. Because she was talking to the wife in a dream as I was sitting there singing it. It's like if I were like a fly on the wall or invisible person. I don't know how you would say it, but I was watching it as if it was like a movie. You know, like it was like a type of movie. It's like I was watching it, as you know, excuse the noise in the background, but yeah, that's how I was watching. It's like it was like a movie that I was watching, you know, but it was actually like in my dream, where it looked like it was in real time. And it's really sad, you know, to see that a man like that, you know, and he was kind of young man. He was in his early to late 30s, this man. He's not an older man or too young of a man, but he's in his 30s. You know, closer to the late 30s is what he closely is. So this is what I got for the download, y'all. And I like to thank all my podcast subscribers and listeners and stuff like that. And also, you know, on my other platforms and channels, I like to thank you all for my reviews and listening and everything else. You know, with that, you know, I still seeing where sometimes my download on some other platforms, especially like YouTube, sometimes it's like it's moving slow and stuff like that. They're doing on some BS again, which it doesn't matter, because like I said, I always have my podcast and other platforms that my message will get out first, you know, and it won't be slowed down for days or whatever getting out. So, and I, like I said, they're just some haters or whatever on there, and I don't move past that situation now. So I have moved on, you know, to something bigger and better. You know, continue to be in my life purpose, my mission, what God has me to do. I'm going to continue to be that way, you know, and move forward, you know, with things. You know, don't allow things to hinder me, you know, me moving forward, you know, me getting out the word what God has me to be speaking of when it comes to my prophetic dreams and different things like that, to get it out. You know, I work by the Spirit of God. So when God has me, give me a download, he wants me to expose it, then I go ahead and, you know, go get on my channels and platform and do so in live version. Or sometimes he don't have me to do it. He have me wait, you know, some time or whatever. But I move by the Spirit of God. And when he tells me to do something, I go ahead and do it. And like I said, if people that don't like my channel, like what I'm saying, then once again, you don't have to listen to it. Because when I don't read from tarot cards. God doesn't have me reading tarot cards. For some reason, he don't want me buying a deck or anything. I have oracle cards and confirmation cards and stuff like that is what I use sometimes. But most of the time, my downloads are just like this, like from day one, where I didn't use no cards or nothing else. Sometimes I use cards because sometimes you want me to use it to, you know, to get the message out even more, because it might be extended message and more details, you know, when it comes from my prophetic dreams. So sometimes he want me to use the cards like that, but other than that, no. Most of the time I don't use a lot of cards, you know, on my channel, unless he tells me to use, you know, for extended messages, you know, and more details, like, you know, the month, the time, the date, and different things like that, the season and different things like that is going to be happening and what's going to be looking forward and coming forward. Those type things I will use. And most of the time it's just confirmation of things that is happening into my dreams that God has given me to speak of. You know, I am very anointed and highly favored. I've been doing, you know, I've been writing down my dreams for years. Even when I was able to write, especially when I got into like 12 years old, I really start writing down a lot of my dreams, my prophetic dreams, and a lot of my dreams has come to pass. It's just that I didn't go onto social media platform or live platforms to do so. I always kept it privately in my journals and put dates and time, and then I will, if something, you know, trigger like a deja vu, like if a deja vu trigger, then that's when I will go ahead and, you know, write down what I dreamed of, and then read both together, and pretty much a similar confirmation, and that it has come to pass on this such a date and time. So that's basically, how I was doing it back then. But now, new age, new technology and different things, different, it's more like a blog. Mine's is more like a blog, channel, pretty much, where I talk about my prophetic dreams and stuff like that. And I do other things on my channel too. But that's what, God was like showing me, of, in my prophetic dreams and stuff like that. And some things, like I said, I can talk about, and some things he don't want me to talk about. You know, some things I will post on all my platform, and some things I don't. It's certain specific things I will post on different platforms that I have. And that's just the way that, God had me to do it. Because like I said, um, I'll go by what God tells me. And I know there's probably some people that be watching my channel. Some of my haters be watching my channel also. Um, and then you got some people that don't believe in God, also watch my channel. There are some celebrities that I know of that's watching my channel too, under a secret name and different things like that, which I know about that too. So, and it's okay, like I said. Um, but I'm going to continue to do my purpose, my mission, what God has me to do, what He has me to say, on my platforms. I'm here to stay. I'm not going anywhere. So whatever you try to do, it's not going to work, and it never have worked, because everything you tried so far is not working. I'm still here. God's still protecting me. My ancestors, my spiritual guides, still protecting me daily. So what are you doing it for? Nothing. Pretty much attacking. You're doing it for nothing. You're doing it in vain. And of course, you're still getting pissed off, because I'm still moving forward, still making my money, still getting all my blessings and everything that God has for me. I'm healthy. All the beauty, magic, glamour, spirits you try to do, it backfire in your face, because I'm still healthy. I'm still beautiful inside and out. Confirmation, the ding ding, the confirmation. And if you can hear it, it's a ding ding again. Then stop. Yeah, it's a ding ding. So that's a confirmation right there. Until next time, peace, love, joy, and happy, and much blessings. Continue moving forward. Stand your ground. Speak your truth when you need to be spoken, and expose when you need to be exposed in things. And don't be afraid of it. Until next time, again, you have a blessed day.